Come on, Chris. I'm good.
Good option.
I'm good. I'm good.
Shalom, shalom, y'all, brother. Hebrew Israelites of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Once you're out of the process down for Babylon the Great. First thing first, at the east, we're going to press word 2. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakataz. Play the hoop of tongues, the Father, the Son, of the Spirit. Double honors. False head of the great millstone. And shalom to your brothers living this truth. And shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying to show yourself approved. So I'm going to start us out with the precept. We'll come with 1 Timothy 5 and 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
So, and that precept right there, that's a perfect example of who have the good leadership qualities versus who have the bad leadership. You got a lot of camps out here that's pretty much leading, the congregation of Yahweh straight. And that Yahweh Shai even said, you shall know them by their fruit, right? So you got camps out here that's lying about, the mark of the beast, okay? They're showing bad examples when they're out there on the highways and byways, bringing guns out to the camp, all right? Showing examples of not having true faith in Yahweh Shai, okay? You got, and matter of fact, when you bring a gun out there, it's the obvious thing when you don't have faith because Yahweh Shai said he's going to protect his prophet when we out here preaching the gospel, okay? And so if you feel like you got to bring a weapon out here, then how is it showing that you have faith? Okay, that's another example. All right, you got a ton of different other examples when you're out on your job situation. Okay, the scripture says to be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Okay, you can't go to your job and try to teach the truth to the Edomites. Okay, you can't go to the job and tell them that you're going to go into slavery. That's how you get that's how you knock off your daily bread. And we also supposed to be our daily bread in walk. Okay? As other examples where you have to show great patience for your how about to be outshot. Okay, so this is another reason why we give double honor to the apostles and elders great millstone, starting with the apostles of heart. Okay, because that leadership rub off on us, and now we're able to show those very same examples. All right.
Go ahead.
This is 2 Corinthians 6 and 3. It says, give no offense in anything that the ministry be not blamed.
All right. See? And that the ministry be not blamed. Okay. So if you have a situation where, for example, when you bring a gun to the camp, okay, and it says let the ministry be not blamed. All right. So now Esau Edom, the so-called white man, we know he's the cunning hunter. He's the devil. Okay, so he's going to use that media to say that these brothers on the corner, they're violent, they're vicious, they have guns, they have AKs, they hate the white man. Okay, and we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh it's not about skin color. We know that. Okay, this is why we always say the so-called white man. All right,
Well, this is 1 Timothy 3 and 2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, giving to hospitality after teaching. And when it goes into the one wife, he's faithful to Yahweh, and not being fornication by going off on all of these other guys. But the leaders of TMS have shown me that they have all of these characteristics. That's why I believe that they had 100% truth, and why I follow them, and I will follow them till the end.
right. And that's why I like that part. They have a good behavior. See? And another thing that I love through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, I tell y'all, did a lesson about 2 days ago, where he talked about the things that he had, that he was dealing with on his job. And again, that leadership quality rub off on us to where we are able to show that the good example. I can want to break it, want to do the testimony.
Yeah, testimony. Base thing to the Elder Malcolm went through, and I had an Edomite. You know, the Edomites testing me out at the job. You know, they were trying to see my temperature because they're agitated right now. When they put that felony on Donald Trump is their company. We get our company, we have our shot. Esau gets it through Donald Trump. So when he got that felony on, you know, Esau's all riled up like a bunch of hornets. So they're coming to me. They're basically asking how could Babylon be healed. At the same time, they're testing my temperature. And I noticed I went the same thing that a lot of the apostle elders went through. And one of the Edomites, the Edomite was like, you know, when rednecks get mad, you know, bodies start hanging. You know, he was fired up. So it's all looking like it. My first thing, it hit me. I wanted to do something. I wanted to say something slick. Because, you know, I got mad when he said that. But then I remember the leadership. I remember how the apostle elders had handled it. And then, like, the Lord is like, you know, just calm down. We're going to get him. So just let it ride. So I didn't go with my first one. My first one, I wanted to say something slick to do. You know, it could have been some confrontation. I could have made my workplace hostile. But I think with the way I played it, you know, Esau still, he's off balance. Now he don't know how to handle me. Like, damn, he said this to do, and I didn't get the rise them that I wanted. Because I could look at their faces, and I could tell they didn't really get what they wanted. So they still confused. Now, had I been like an IUSBK Israelite, you know, had I been a Sakari Israelite, I'd have been banged. We'd have been fighting. I probably got fired. I probably blew my cover. You know, kept talking out, yeah, you going, that's why you're going into slavery. You know, hearing some scripture, you know, doing something stupid in carnal.
I got a precept on that. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turn away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger.
Ooh, you did the harsh word stirs up anger. So if I would have went back to Esau, I could have said something slick. It was empty. All I did was, like the scripture said, right there, stirred up anger. He would have had something against me.
It said, the tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of the fools pour forth foolishness.
Ooh, so that scripture right there, man. That's what I used that right there. Didn't even know it. But I was being wise. I already knew what he was doing, man. They're aggravated. Basically, they taking trees. They trying to see they can get. And then, you know, he knows that I know what's going on. World War III. You know, it's based on from a portal aspect. So they want to see what Jake got to do. They hit me because I wanted to say something, but I've been a fool. Because I seen IUIC do that, what I was going to today. I worked at another job with a bunch of IUIC Israelites, so I said they get down. Yeah, yep. Oh, they all about that. I said if I'd have been still with, because I started with them. If I'd have been like, nah, Carl, watch the Israel, I'd have said something slick back, and I'd make my whole workplace hostile, man. But yet, I used wisdom. I stayed my time, because well, in the end, we going to get him. This devil activate, he loses. So I need to say something. I'm on the high ground. So what I did was I kept that, man, based on the wisdom understanding. Okay, how about shot? We win it. That's why he come to me anyway. These devils over here trying to see what's up with me. Because we win it. Because I come in happy, I'm quiet, I don't say nothing to nobody. They trying to see where they was probing me and picking, trying to see where I'm at. And I noticed other camps, like you said, you brought that up, at IUIC and my other job, they all got fired. Because they was letting Esau know they was wearing their Frenches at work. You know, that's unwise. You know, Nate didn't, you know, tell them don't wear your Frenches at work. See, I'm about to elders tell them wear your Frenches at work, man. Be incognito. Wear your Frenches when you're doing the work of the Lord. You don't need to wear your Frenches at work. Esau need to know you in the truth. They wearing their Frenches at work. I seen a young dude telling Esau, yeah, y'all going to slavery, y'all Edomites. And I'm just looking at Esau getting red and mad. You know, he went and told it. So I'm looking at the young Johnny go tell him, like, why are you telling them that? Then they feel like real Hebrew. They don't give a fuck about Esau. Nigga, I'm out here, nigga. Yeah, nigga, y'all shot. Nigga, I'm like, oh, man, like, y'all just, and I know the leadership, you know, and like, Jake just want to spew madness at work. Like, y'all should be, you should not be on the clock talking about the truth. Then another thing, too, we're going to talk about IUIC. Almost got into one of their members at the job. Over a lie. They told them what no Jacob's trouble. So, you know, he really, you know, they know I'm in the truth, they in the truth. We talking about, I'm like, that ain't gonna have Jacob's trouble. Oh, ain't no Jacob's trouble. They say, ain't no, they're already happy, you know, and I'm like, nah, man, that's not true. So we get into an altercation. It could have went like he wanted to get physical with it. He could have got back over the truth. But I remember the scriptures. I don't handle the word for contention and strife. So I said, I told dude, Wisdom kicked it again. I said, you know what? They gonna change the stance on that. You're gonna want to know about it, man. And that's how I left him at that. And I promise you, man, not 2 or 3 weeks later, y'all Shrawler, I seen, you know, what's that other Mount Zogback? They changed the stance on it. What I said, boy, Ron, at the time, you know, because all they do is lie, man. He's not no real leader of Israel. So here come dude, same dude I got into it with. You know, he got like tape. We need to talk about Jacob's trouble, man. The Spirit of the Lord, man, get the fuck away from me, man. I ain't telling you that. So he wanted to get the breakdowns in it. So that dude, he looking lost. IUIC gonna get messed up. Scar gonna get messed up. IUSK gonna get messed up. Watchman Israel gonna get messed up. All these other false camps, man, because they really, those are not real men of the Lord. A lot of them got 501c3, non-tax charters. So they're all set up by Esau. Those Esau camps. And those are the biggest camps. So you see a lot of Jake's gonna be led into that slaughter based on a false leader. And then the Lord is exposing these false leaders. Like they say, ain't no microchips. We in June. Now you got Elon Musk promoting it. All these different companies promoting it. They still look for test subjects. So it's like, that prove right there you're a false leader. Everybody, you got to question today. Like, hey, man, then the dollar about to crash. Saudi Arabia done dropped the dollar. So you can tell the money about to go digital. Like he saw all day in the news. CBDC. Oh, you just saying Trump say be president, he gonna block the CBDC. So what's that about? That should let you know the money about to go digital. So what does they talk about? So that's your cue to leave. You got Sakari talking about we not gonna read no books by the Apostle Paul. Talking about it's not authoritative. So that's taking away a whole lot of food from you, man. Believe faith. That faith. Stripping you. Sure, faith.
One in the truth.
Yep, that's IUSBK. So they're waxing worse, man. So go ahead.
I was getting ready to say when you take away the book of Paul, that means you can't read the book of Hebrew. And what did Hebrew 11:1 says? Basically, something of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, so you telling your congregation not to have faith when you take away the writings of Paul. And what Yahweh Shah said, it is impossible to please him without faith. Okay, faith without work is dead, right? And so all of those things come into play when you want to please Yahweh Shah. When you got a congregation that basically lie to you and tell you not to have faith, all right? Ultimately, what it boils down to, okay? And Yahweh Shah even said it, you know, these are blind leaders, you know, in Matthew the 15th chapter, the 14th verse, right? Because he said, let them alone, there be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. And so if you continue following after those examples, that's pretty much going to be your demise, man. That ditch is going to be your grave.
That shows you that Sakari ain't from the house of David, because Peter, he gave Paul props on all of his books, and Peter is in the spirit is King David. So if you ain't following Paul, you ain't following Peter, you ain't following King David.
Yep. Plus, that's taking, like he said, don't take no books. That's taking books away from you, because Paul wrote dang most of the New Testament. So like they almost like y'all Israelites now. Y'all basically might as well say you Old Testament. You take away the Apostle Paul.
What's that? Proverbs 30:6, which says, "Add not or take away from the word, lest thou be found a liar." No, Luke, you paraphrase. So this is what we're telling you right now. We're giving you the word, and we're letting you know what these cats are doing. All right, that's bad leadership. So what he did, he add and he took away from the word. Okay, you know, and that basically he's been found a lie after that.
I got one to back you up to this. 1 John 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. So, y'all shall let us know right there's many false prophets out here. You know, a lot of false camps set up. You know, we talked about a couple of them, and how, you know, we try the spirit. So what we're just saying right there, you're looking at Sakari, and their leader Alizar taking away books, talking about we ain't gonna roll with Apostle Paul, because he got cut by our apostle. Apostle Hart cut Alizar, he couldn't win that battle. So what he did was say, oh, we ain't gonna read that book no more. So that right there, they should have tried that spirit, seen that, hey, he's not of Yahweh Shah. Why are you taking away books? Especially at the crucial time we're going into now. You can't be taking stuff away from me. I need this. This is the whole, he said, eat the whole roll. Do you ever, it's like a dude taking food off your plate. Ain't no corn, ain't no mashed potatoes. We're gonna take the meat away from you. So now you're gonna, hey, they're gonna be famous, man. They're gonna faint at the last time. Like you said, they're putting their faith into their sword. Right. You know, Sakari, they're going to dagger man. So they thinking they can get it carnally. And then they making the ministry get blamed.
And I know how many examples we tell. Like we said it out here. And again, the apostle and the elders great millstone, leadership rub off on us. And so now we recognize, like, when you put your faith in the sword, like we said it plenty of times. What is that sword? You know, the modern day sword is the gun. So what is a powerful gun without bullets? All right. And so when you run out of bullets, then what you gonna rely on now? You know, and that's pretty much the fate of Sakari in them. All right. What they gonna, I guess they definitely not gonna rely on you. How about me outside? Okay. And what Yahweh Shah said, you know, and with the Proverbs 3 and 5, that's my favorite precept right there. You know, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not onto thy own understanding. Okay, and that's twofold right there. If you don't trust in the Lord, and basically you're gonna lean on your own understanding. Okay, and once you lean on your own understanding, you're gonna be destroyed in your way. Okay.
You got one.
Good. You got it.
It's Ephesians 6:11. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right. And see, put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shah. All right. That right there in Ephesians 6:10. Okay. When you put on the whole armor, that's putting on faith. Okay. You gotta have the word in you. That's what the armor means.
One, two. Put on the whole armor, he has the whole too.
All right.
So you look at Car and he taking off your armor. You taking your shoulder pads off, helmet off. You only gonna use this part.
Hey, they're taking away.
One body. They took away the name. He talked about no faith. Don't believe in miracles, so no faith.
Yep.
Taking away belief. They stripping they people naked at a time where he about to come with that sword. You got it out.
And that right there, because you further read on in that chapter, it talk about putting on the whole the breastplate. You know, that's the you know, the doorway to your heart, and you know that's twofold as well. When it's that doorway to your mind. All right, it go to putting on the helmet of salvation. Okay, that's the word, man. And I got another quick precept, which is gonna back up with when the ox had their testimony, when that damn Edomite basically tried to set a snare before him. Okay, so if you're not in tune with his word, you know, as the scripture said, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time, right? Then you're gonna miss some of the key important examples. Like I said, when Redneck get mad, body start hanging, you know, and then the ox said he looked at him when he said it. If he was the 2/3, he would have lost his job. He probably would have had assault charges against him. Okay. And so, because of that, the ox recognized the snare that he thought he tried to make. So this is Psalm 119 and verse 110. And it says, the wicked have laid a snare for me, yet I erred not from thy precept. Right? And so that right there is to tell you, yet he erred not from the precept. He was in the spirit of King David without even knowing. All right? That matter of fact, when you go into the Apocrypha, Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 10, when it says, look at the generations of old and see, all right? Go into that precept, basically following the example of the generation of old, which is all right? That would lead to salvation, okay?
You said, make another point. Talking about, see, these evil leaders, they're like a snare.
Yeah.
Think about that, how they're a snare. Like, hey, I believe he gonna set the whole congregation out.
It is.
IUIC is straight up snare. IUSPK is a snare. Like, we know for sure they got 501c3 non-tax charter. What's that? Clerical response team. I believe those two camps are set up today. So that's a trap. Those camps. That's why they got they all use gimmicks and celebrations, concerts. They keep shaking the house of peace type of spirit, not in the house of mourning. So they really, you think about it, they setting them up. So these false camps, they're snares. They have one body. That camp is horrible. They're a snare. You know, we got a brother that came out of there, man, trying to go to Grace and Mercy. You listening? You got a battle, they ain't seen it. You wasn't 100. You wasn't speaking according to the word. You be taking away stuff. He said they gonna talk about the law. They couldn't use the whole word. That's the key fact to let you know that the leadership you're dealing with is poor. We supposed to use the whole word, eat the whole roll. So you can't tell me God, like, okay, like IUPK, we're not gonna use the book of John. We're trying to evaluate the truth. That whole congregation left when that dude made that statement, right? That's damn near blasphemy to me. I'm like, how you gonna tell me the person who baptized Yahweh Shah wasn't in the truth, who you think you is? And he said it's Yahweh Shah than him, the commander general.
John the Baptist is one of the Holy Spirit, just like how Shah was.
God, so how you gonna say he wasn't in the what? That man, I think the cuss dude out if I was in IUSK and left, if I was in the congregation. You know, I'm out of here, man. I seen them doing a concert, that little whole rapper. She up there singing, got all their women in that little adulterous spirit. So that place, man, hey, them cats about to get messed up, man. Those are snares, they're traps. And a lot of them got a lot of Israelites in them. Because they're entertainment. Go ahead, all you got.
Hey, the status you referred to, all of them cats, what they do is use marketing to increase their fold. You know, that's what all of those concerts, you know, putting out the fact that, you know, we got money and all that. That's just putting them on TD Jakes level, you know, to get all the people. He just basically is TD Jakes with a garment, but he don't work. Well, he wear a Power Ranger suit. He don't wear a garment like this, you know, a simple one. Yeah, but that's all basically what he is, though. It's just an Israelite megachurch.
Like I said, that's basically French Christianity with a Hebrew Israelite twist. They don't use the name, they use the certain Jesus name. That's why he had with the Operation Blitz the church. He wanted to come out the church and come to him because he's not that different. All they do is say keep the law. They still use the name Jesus. So it's an easy transition. And he does the same thing. Fashion shows. Church do fashion shows. He's the same thing, man.
Oh, yeah. Hey, major event, man.
POCC is like that. They like French Christianity. You get baptized. It's an easy transition.
Gather you in with all the sweetness and good stuff, and then lie to you and send you out to the trap. That's exactly what they do. I got one to back that up. This is Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So these Nate know the precepts in scripture. So he's literally doing that on purpose. He's having all these things to gather you in, thinking, it's just like the Christian church. Come on in, man, real sweetly, telling you all the right things, but not getting you prepared for what's really going to happen. Because at first, like the brother did say, he said there's going to be no Jacob's trouble. It already happened. And now he switched up the tune. Now his congregation don't know what to believe. They holler and mirth when it's a time where you should be praying and mourning right now. And seeking the Lord and asking him to protect you. Keep that Psalms 91 open. But they don't do that, though. They thinking about when is the next Passover party or the Feast of Tabernacle party and how much we got to pay and where the event going to be at. And my camp leader is the coolest and shit like that. Yeah. They over there. Look, the nigga like they in college campus. Yeah, shit. They doing that all down north and shit.
Yeah, they about events. That's what they talk. They brag about Nate's money and they brag about what events they do. And they say GMX bombs and we born. You know, I've heard some of the that first said that. The truth ain't gotta be born. Y'all born. Like, hey man, this should be about the word. There should be no gimmicks. They use gimmicks, man.
And the truth ain't born. Hey, just bringing out the truth straight up from the word. Hey man, if you is in the right spirit, you should be loving that. Like when I came out of the world, I was like, what? I was eating that up quick. When I seen everybody doing the gimmicks, that made me turn away.
Especially when the great deal don't break down those curses in Deuteronomy 28. Oh, I was all for it after that. I was all for it. You know?
Give me some straight on information. I don't need no partying and being cool in my face and give me straight truth.
Stomp your dances, concerts. I gotta wear my Power Ranger suit. And I noticed they found out they gotta get their garments directly from Nate. It's a business. IUIC is a bit. That's one thing I know too. That they ain't got the truth. Like truth shouldn't run like a worldly business. It's supposed to be the business of your Shah. Not, you know, I gotta get my garments poured to the pocket, pay my camp dues, and
merchandise.
Yes, it is. It's a house of merchandise, and that right there should let you know if you really in these scriptures, truly and sincerely. They should let you know, like, oh man, I'm in the house of merchandise. I need to leave.
I was shocked. Went into the church and turned over the tables and cut my ass out, flipped everything over for doing that.
He do that today. And they can get whipped. If you know y'all with the which that's gonna happen spiritually when he come back. You know, I see about to get blew up. He gonna flipping them tables, man. You done made all this money. IUSPK, Sakari, he done made this thing all about a hustle. They got Hebrew Israelite wrestling, Hebrew Israelite rap battles, Hebrew Israelite reality TV show. They do that. He got a app on the Roku.
Yeah, I seen that.
You seen that? It shows and stuff like, hey man, see that right there to let you know, like
he's the part that called leading Christian.
Exactly. And you got one?
Yeah, I got a quick precept right here, just gonna back you up real quick. All right, you can break this down. All right, this is James chapter 1 and verse 26, and it says, "If any man among you seem to be religious and bridle not his tongue, this man's religion is vain." Right? And so right here, when it says bridle not his tongue, when you think about when you get on a horse, you got a bridle in that horse's mouth, and you're basically guiding the horse to where you want to go. And so when it says bridle not his tongue, it means that your conversation, your speeches have to guide the congregation to salvation of Yahweh Shah. All right, in verse 27, and it says, "Pure religion and undefiled before Yahweh Shah and the Father. This is this." Right? So pure religion and undefiled. It says to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction and keep himself unspotted from the world.
You got it up. Keep yourself unspotted from the world, man. I like how you broke that down. You got to guide your tongue. You know, you can't just preach what you want to preach. And these other camps, like I said earlier, they want to preach there about marketing.
And that's a big offense. A big offense, according to the law, statutes, and commandment. Preaching your own word, the Lord can destroy you today with a heart destruction.
God, you scattering the sheep. You're not gathering the sheep, you're scattering them. And plus, like I like to preach about that earlier, you're like a ravenous wolf. You ain't blowing no warning. A lot of these camps, they put you in that house to feasting and partying. That's not a warning. They're not one of these camps that Esau coming with that sword. And you can vividly see all these events happening. And I'm looking at these other camps, and they're not prepared spiritually or mentally for what's about to go down. They've been too busy stomping the yard, partying, getting rappers to come to their concert. They're in a celebration. They done made it already.
I got a quick one in the bag. This is Romans 16 and 18. It says, for they that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach, but their own bellies, and by good words and fair speech deceive the heart of the simple.
They break it down right there, man. Hey, to see the hearts of the simple, man. Hey, do fair speech, man, talking that good stuff. They go to that perhaps everything we've been saying. They come in with that good, come in more heads mean more money. It's, like I said, to satisfy their belly. Because you know, we call money bread. So what you hear, I can hear Alizar saying, "Now I gotta eat. Congregation gotta eat." So we're gonna do this rap battles. They sell their precepts on their site. I heard. I know Jake that listen to them. Yeah, they sell their breakdowns. You got to pay for them. So that's, you done merchandise everything. The Lord said, "Freely given, freely received." Now with Sakari, you got to go on there. I don't know what they charge. You got to pay for their lessons. You got to pay to go to their school.
I ain't never heard the apostles or nothing say, "Hey man, go to gms.com and purchase that breakdown of Romans 17." I ain't never heard that.
Yeah, do that, man. You give if you can give. They just say if you tithe, then tithe. But it's never a requirement. You know, we put the lessons out, you know, freely, man, whenever the brothers in the spirit. But with other camps, they charge for that. You know, he filling his belly, man. They say Operation Blitz Church. He's trying to get more members. He's trying to feed his belly. He's trying to get money. You know, Filthy Luca, the gang. He's looking at TD Jakes. I'm trying to be as big as him. You know, and I got this right here, and they're going to get worse. See, the Lord is showing and revealing who are the real apostle elders, you know, the real leadership versus, you know, the false leadership, the false prophets. Plus, you look at that, he's a false prophet. Yeah. A lot of them say that the MOTB is what they done said. It's a spiritual mark. I heard if the camp I came from Washington, Israel, that's why I lead them. Sleeping with white women. Embargo sin. Jesus Christ. Right. Like they switch his MOTB doctrine every 2 or 3 years. I noticed that it always changed. That's why I said, I was like, hold up, man, you changing it. I don't think you know. And let me see what these bums got to say.
He know. Oh, he definitely know. He know he's lying, telling lies. You know, I always think like there's 2 different type of liars, man. There's that liar who knows he's lying and he still chooses to lie, and then you got those liars that basically under strong delusion that they don't know that they believe in a lie. You know, and that's pretty much, we already know what Nate is. But the people in the congregation, there's a lot of them that just under a strong delusion, right?
Ignorant. Man, false leadership, they blind. Yep. Their leader is blind. because he got too much stacks of money blinding him from salvation. Let me bring this up too. This 2 Timothy 3:12. Yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushua shall suffer persecution. Verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. So now he's deceived by whatever deal he got with Esau. General Yohana deceived by whatever deal he did with Esau. That deal has blinded him. And what it is, once you get blinded and you're dealing with the enemy, you know, Esau synonymous with Satan, what happens, man? Your congregation start going down. It's going to wax worse and worse. Like we look at Nate. Everything he had, because he came from where our apostle elders came from. He learned under Apostle Hart. Man, that dude done wax worse and worse and worse since I've been in the truth.
I got one real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 13. But such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Hamashiach.
That's right. I was gonna say when he said transforming himself to the apostle of Hamashiach Yahushua, that basically is you know, when the scripture says he that exalts himself shall be abased, right? And that's pretty much what if you back up what Dr. said. So when they adopt themselves, now you see the fall of their not only their mind but their congregation is going to get dwindling and getting worse and worse.
And not to mention that deceitful workers, man, they know that they're deceitful. Because like I said earlier, Nate knows the truth. General Yohana knows the truth. They all came from One West. So they just doing that deceitfully to get money and to get the bag. And they're transforming themselves into apostles of Yahushua. And that's not the case. They really apostles of Satan, man.
You got it. Aquam,
Yeah.
he know the truth because he learned the truth from the elders and apostles in Philly. But he took it and spun it differently to get, followers. Because he should just kept the word pure. They don't want to come up under righteous. They don't want to come up under the house of David. They want to change, do their own thing. And we know what they're doing that for, man, to get followers, to get likes, to get notoriety, to get money. Because Alazar came from a great millstone as well. Yeah. All these dudes done broke off from One West and teaching their own thing, just like another 2,000 churches on the block. They doing it, they want money. And they want to be, I'm the leader of Israel. Yeah. That's what Alazar's big.
They want fame.
Yeah, con. They bang fame, but it ain't about that, man. Our leader is Yahushua.
Yeah, you gotta take into account, like Scripture said, just look at the generations of old. What Yahushua didn't come for no fame. Every time they tried to give him fame, he'll back up and disappear. Like you won't see him no more. They're like, where the fuck is Yahushua? He was just right here in the crowd. Now he's gone. He just disappeared. Hey, that's how you're supposed to be. Hey, they want to be front and center, man, and that's gonna get them jammed up.
Hey, that's a beautiful concept when you said when Yahushua basically duck and died. See, that's a perfect example because as the scripture said, the prudent man perceived the evil and hideth himself, and that's exactly what Yahushua did. He know that fame and the riches come with evil, and so what he did, he hid himself from that fame and those evil works.
Especially in the time whenever you were in the kingdom of someone else's kingdom. You over here preaching the downfall of this kingdom. Why would you want the fame of it on you?
Right. He came lowly riding on the ass. Remember, a lot of people reject him. It's like, man, this the king of Israel. On the ass, man. A lot of the Israelites rejected because of that, because they want that glory. They want to come out, dripped out like Solomon.
On a horse, on the camel's back, there, gold it up.
Yeah, diamonds popping,
gold flakes in his front.
That's who y'all just described right there. Mr. Nate.
Yeah, that's him. Coming riding on the horse, all glorious out. Man, they tell you it's a scripture you have to get it. It says, do not sit at the high seat, or a man come in, more honorable than you, Lucifer, for you get that. Low. Yeah, and that's what they doing. They putting themselves in the high seat. And I'm like, man, y'all shall come, they gonna knock you off. So you shouldn't want that high seat. You should want to come lowly. So Lord Savior Yahushua came lowly. This ain't about us. This is about salvation. This is about, getting that tender mercy, man. Not about, we're gonna fall out in the kingdom. Not on this side. See, these people, they want to fall out right now. They want to be, nigga, I'm really Hebrew. I'm the smartest Israelite. I know all the precepts break down.
They want the crumbs from the rich man's table. Like Lazarus.
You got a precept up?
Yeah, I'm just letting y'all flow, man. Okay. Hey, this is Job 34, 3 and 4. For the ear trieth words as the mouth tastes meat. Let us choose to us judgment. Let us know among ourselves what is good. But all of these other camps, they're gathering their congregation by using worldly things in order to build their congregation. And in fact, you're supposed to be using the spirit to build their congregation.
And I wanted to add something to your point right there. I remember, I believe it was Elder Matter Zakbar who had this video of it was a Christian that was breaking down all the Hebrew Israelite camps, right? And he was talking about how all the camps had a logo, right? And then he knew who GMS was. And what he said was GMS is so crazy they don't even have logos.
It made it seem like a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't out there in the front like that. You know about GMS, you know about the true breakdowns, the real truth coming out of the script.
Kingdom, huh?
No lies, 100% true. When you see logos, you're like, oh yeah, that's them purple and gold. They over there stumping the yard. They doing this. That all black ones, them ones just came out of jail and they yeah.
And that's another thing. And this is how you know this truth is spreading. All right. The fact that he mentioned that GMS, he mentioned who GMS was, and they don't even have a logo. And that's the first to tell you that's good leadership right there.
They got a point. And like it says, the road to destruction is wide,
Yeah.
and the path to salvation is narrow.
Yep.
That road to destruction, it's a road that has multiple lanes. And what Esau is doing is he's building Israelite camps to fill each lane. It's gonna have nothing but pigeonholes for all of the people that ain't really using the spirit to find the narrow path. They gonna catch him up in one of them lanes.
Right.
For sure.
And you know what's crazy about that? They advertise the truth, of the true doctrine of Yahweh y'all talking about the fact that they, cause the Christian channel, whenever they bring, they be having millions of followers. And so the fact that GMS don't have no logo, and they gave all of those other camps, and then they was like, GMS so crazy, they don't even have a logo. Like, damn, how you know about GMS without a logo? And they tell you right there that their doctrine, their leadership is flourishing. It's basically being spread throughout the whole, four corners of the earth. And they're on road right there. That leads you to the truth. That leads you to salvation.
Also, let you know that the truth is from GMS is being spread by the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and not by gimmicks and symbols.
It's organic.
Yeah.
You can tell it's real right there. Everybody else using gimmicks is like, Pastor said it, and it's in the scriptures, man. They talk about the word. Don't make my house a house of merchandise. When you merchandise something, first thing you're going to do is make a logo. But then you're going to put an LLC on it. You're going to make it a business. So it shows you that we're not a worldly business, but the Father's business. We don't have a logo. We don't have all them gimmicks. This thing is totally organic. These other camps, they got the logo, the LLC. That shows that they're not really how about y'all shot. It's not the real house of David. That's an example.
And you know what's crazy? Cause I was just thinking about it, man. Cause I hear them say it all the time. We got the 100% truth, right? And that right there is truth. Is that logo? The truth is the logo. You really think about it. That's that spiritual. That's that spiritual logo right there. That's basically saying when you banking your doctrine on the truth, you're banking on putting your money in God. Where as the preacher would have said, don't Luke the paraphrase, lay not yourself upon treasure on earth. All right. So when you are in this truth, you're laying yourself upon treasures upon in heaven, which is what Yahweh about Yahushua. You're stacking up that spiritual money, just to buy your way into salvation. Okay.
I got one. So this is what they don't do. So we know they're false prophets. This is Isaiah 8:20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them. So right now, Esau, Edom, Satan, the so-called white man, he's dimming their lights in the other camp. Ain't no light in them. Just like I said, they don't speak according to this word. And they're taking the word away.
Hey, I got to add to that point right there. So you said when Esau, Edom been trying to dim the light. And if you pay attention to the precept, King David said, hide me from the secret counsel of the workers of iniquity. All right. And so what that means is Esau, Edom, they basically have to be in the dark just to remain incognito, just to remain not in the light. They hate the light. Okay, so they're gonna do whatever they can just to keep everything dark. Okay, and that's a perfect example. Right? Why are you trying to dim this light? You're trying to cover up the candle with and hide the candle under the bed. The precept that speaks about that.
All right? They say light is synonymous with truth. So what the devil trying to do, trying to cover up the truth, and they know they can't stop the truth from going out. So what's the best thing to do? The same thing you did with the word. I'll just make a Hebrew Israelite camp, and I'll muddy it up. I got to give him something. So I'll give him a little camp. He's going to talk about the laws and commandments, but he's still going to use Jesus. He's going to basically do what I say he do. I got to give him something. That's how Esau, like you said earlier, Esau's a cunning hunter. So he can't just smash our truth, period, take the cross off the block. That's going to cause an uproar. So, these devils, they say their heart is deep, their mind is deep, they got counsels. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just infiltrate. I'll set up my own false leader, and then he'll spend, those jakes that he got in the area where I want him to go. So they won't know what the MOTB is, because I told my false leader not to tell them. They'll still call on, my God, still saying Jesus Christ, like IUIC, so it still powers us up. And what we'll do, I'll give him money to give Jake bread and circus.
That's what they did in slavery time. They had their preacher not teach the word, but only teach what they want them to teach to keep the slaves and servants out.
Also our spirit, teach that slavery mindset.
And that actually that actually gave birth to the slave Bible. Everybody knows you actually read the slave Bible and you look at the table of contents, the book that they actually have in there, you can tell that they added and they took away from the word of Yahweh Shah.
That's exactly what these camps are doing on a different level right now. The same thing, but in a different way now.
And it's gonna work too, because what Esau doing is using his own people, like a house nigga or the Sambo. Right. He's using the Sambo to sway people. He can't come out and do it. So I give you one that look like you. He can come out his friend zone. He gonna cuss out the so-called white man on the highway and hedges, but lo and behold, if Jake is really trying to spirit to understand that your leader is working for the man. Your whole camp is tied into the world. Like IUIC, they got to fill out like a job application and submit it, because the headquarters in Oklahoma is in Oklahoma City. They had to submit paperwork today in order to get out there and hit the highway and hedges. They're right there. So, to me, I'm like, something wrong with that.
I mean, the database thing.
Exactly.
Used to be a full leader. You got my whole information.
Yeah, household, like look, young thing, break it down. So we got to fill this out.
It's fine. Yeah, you got 3 tangos in there. I know it was the paperwork said it.
Got the whole truck like every time. I'm like, y'all don't practice work. You can't do something. You got to be like, y'all make put y'all paperwork. Nah, man, it's just the paper. I said, scripts is paperwork. All you need is a wisdom to understand. We ain't got to pay no camp dues. We ain't got to, straight up just, what am I about to say? We ain't got to like submit paperwork to go out and do the truth. It's all about the spirit. All about the spirit of Yahweh Shah. It's organic. All we need is to right divide the word, man. The pastor is going to watch this as a guideline. Make sure we ain't doing no false breakdowns, but ain't no paperwork. I got to submit her, pay camp dues. They got to go to class. You got them like in a school set. I'm like, all you got to do that. Ain't that what the lessons is for? So I'm like, y'all got to go to a class. They got to get on a bus. It's straight up organization, man, how they do it.
Of the world right there.
Yeah, I'm like, what the heck?
You really think about
I'm
it?
going to go to class.
IUIC college right there. That's a college right there.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. Corey watched Nate. And they're like, oh, Nate doing it like this. So I'm going to raise up a school in the building, and I'm going to do the same thing, because they say they got to pay dues. So that's more money.
And that right there to tell you that's a scam right there. Because, I just thought about something, how like the education in America, a lot of people are going in debt because of college, basically because of college. Okay. Now, in the spiritual sense, when you go into the schools of IUIT, IUSPK, you're basically being in debt to Yahweh Shah. So you're gonna owe Yahweh Shah, and Yahweh Shah is gonna come collect. And that collection is gonna come, and that's gonna be your judgment right there, man. Because you're literally in debt, right? That's in a spiritual sense. Going to the schools of IUIC and all of them.
It's basically a pyramid scheme. You got people that go to the school and they're paying them, and then they're telling them to go out and get more members to come in, and then they're gonna be paying them. It's just basically you teaching people to go out and bring more people in to pay you money.
That's basically the superior.
And if you think about the whole concept of the school system, what basically Bishop Nate and them is doing, they're promising you a sense of false hope right there. All right, just like in the school system where you're going to paying $50,000 a year, and they promise you a job at the end of the year, but now people realizing I'm not even able to get a good job to pay off my college student loan debt, right? And it's the same thing with Bishop Nate and them. They basically telling you, hey, I can help you reach salvation. You're not able to pay off, all of the things all of your sins. You're not able to be covered for your sins because you follow the wrong group.
I got this right here. Talking about them getting the money and all of that. This is them right here. This is Titus 1:10. But there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they the circumcision. How many Hebrews like him? Verse 11. Whose mouths must be stopped, whose whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. Talking about we ain't gonna study that apostle. We ain't gonna read that. I'm the third in command over all the truth. Get the apostles and the prophets that wrote the Bible. I'm third. Listen to me. I say go get the MOTB. Go get the Jews. You can't tell his members are gonna do that. You worse than the Pope. God, the Pope said, "Hey man, I'm next after your house." You do exactly what you do. Yeah, they subvert whole houses, man. I heard IOC getting into people's marriages, trying to tell dudes what to do with their wives. Wives leaving for other members. Then a dude that was in the NFL called The Pocket. A bunch of mess came out IOC about that. They done scammed dude out his money. So the scams is coming out, And their mouths must be stopped, man. Who's gonna stop their mouths? Gonna be get high by shot when these prophets roll out. Because they're gonna be proved to be false prophets. They don't talk against the MOTB, being the micro CHIP. They said that's not that. They said a spiritual mark. That's what Watch for Israel was saying. I'm like, no, man, it's a physical thing. It's gonna go into economics. If you ain't better buy or sell if you don't have it. And so now, with prophecy being folded out, we see it. So what the Lord is doing, he's proving who the false prophets are, he's proving who the real prophets are. False elders been saying that. When I came in the truth, they've been saying that. They ain't got to go back to the drawing board and change up the doctrine. Oh, it's this, it's that. Now it's coming out just like that. Now these other camps, as prophets start to fold out and the MOTB started to get made mandatory, they're going to flip back. Oh, well, I already heard Nate already trying to make himself get in that mix. Talking about they can do something like that. So what Nate going to do, he gonna pop at the last minute. Oh, I've been teaching that, you idiots. If you was listening right, idiots, what I said was, I'm looking at him like that's gonna be a hard spin, And if any Jake believe that, that's to your own destruction. Because like Nathan got caught in plenty of lies since I've been in the truth. I mean, he's lying about having a 501c3 non-tax charge. He had to admit it. So the Lord is trying to prove who really got the truth and who don't. And it's starting to be very, very evident. And as we move forward, it's going to be like, as you get close to a sign you can't see far away, and you start getting close to it, now you can see the words on it, you're going to see the false prophets, man. And they're the wrong brothers. They're going to do is they're going to back up on their congregation. I got to go to the restroom real quick. And they're going to lead them, man. They're going to be out, want answers. They're going to be like, damn, I wish I listened to bum niggas. They had the truth, man. Now I'm over, they're going to be searching for us.
They're going to realize this. This is Mark 7:6. It says, the people honors me with their lips, but their hearts was far from me. They're going to realize that's the case. They were like, man, I thought I was doing the right thing by listening to Nate, this and that. But hey, really, your heart was far from the Lord because you didn't even have the truth. You had a form of it, man. A watered down version that was mixed up by some man.
Yeah, I got a quick precept just to back up what the God said right there when he talking about how Bishop Nate and them being in affairs of other men's matters, being in a marriage, trying to be a marriage counselor. And there's another think about it, precept in James where it said be doers of the word and not hearers only. And they're basically doing the opposite. All right, so this is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 17. He that passes by and meddle with strife belongeth not to him, right? And it says it's like one that taketh the dog by the ear. Okay, and so that right there to tell you that when he said he that passes by and meddle, and he said and meddle with strife belonging not to him, basically meaning you putting your nose in other people's business. Okay, and he said it's like one that takes a dog by the ear. All right. So when you take a dog by the ear, you know, if anybody know when you grow up in a certain environment, when you grab a dog by the ear, what they gonna try to do? They gonna try to turn around and bite your hand. All right. And that's the same thing with divination doing. And now his congregation is being exposed. Okay, it's turning around and coming back and it's biting him. Okay,
Scripture do tell you not to meddle in other man's affairs.
fine.
That's what they doing. I think they get money off that too. I think you got to pay that marriage counsel. I'm like, that's so worldly. Like, you know, everything they doing, man, from the reality TV shows to the what's that? The Hebrew Israelite wrestling, all these little gimmicks. You know, it's all about money with these, you know, with these wicked dudes, man. These false leaders. They about getting money, man, feeding their own belly. They're not about really caring for the shit. They've been hiring, like the scriptures say. You know, but they're hirelings, man. They're not a good shepherd, man. They're not gonna get a life for the sheep. They're not gonna get a life for the congregation. You got one out?
Yeah, this is Proverbs 10:21. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. And essentially, you know, you should be teaching this congregation what it's going to take for them to get life, you know, become one of the hopefully elect. But that ain't what he's teaching them. He's basically teaching them to be one of his men. And to see him as, I don't necessarily say it's the most top, but they want to see him as, like Gar said, like the Pope. They got to go through Nate to get to the most top. He wants to make himself seem like he's way more than what he actually is.
Trying to shortstop the Yahweh shot. You ain't trying to get glory to Yahweh, you trying to take the glory. The glory gonna go to Yahweh shot. You're not gonna get Yahweh shot's glory. You ain't stop these Edomite. You know, you're not just he's trying to prop himself up like he just like the supreme prophet. I'm the greatest there ever is, greatest there ever will be. They say he came in that what was that, the Passover, he came in right on the horse.
Yeah.
He should never even came in like that, man. You're doing way too much. You see, his congregation walked out on that. They should have seen that. They show they not studying.
Right.
So they just waiting on the words of Nate, whatever he teaches. They're not really this word, you know, real strong. So I'm like, if I was in this congregation, I'm looking at Psalms 91:14, like, hey man, I need to know the name. And you keep telling me the names don't matter, and it's called on Jesus, they wouldn't sit right with me at all. You know, then you look at one body. They started out one body Yahweh shot, then he took the name out. They're right there, like, hold up, man. We going back to Jesus, man. So you making me return back to my mom.
Think about it, man. Elder Kavaka Dapa at GMS Baltimore actually exposed that one body account because he talked about the that, like these are internet document that he posted on one of his lessons. He was saying like at this point in time they were called one body in Yahweh Shai, and then when you see that they had a 501c3, that's when they changed their name. See, and that right there, they being exposed. Like all of the camps, just like I said earlier, all of the camps is being exposed to who they're really serving. Okay, they're not serving the spirit and power of Yahweh because if they would not be worthy. You got to point out.
Yeah, I was waiting though. I got one though. Yeah. Go ahead.
And so, real quick, this is First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 11. Okay, and then just like King Solomon said, you know, there's nothing new under the sun. All right, and it says, in those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. All right, and so that right there telling you that these in the spirit back in the past, we had wicked men among the nation of Israel, and they're basically telling you to fear men and not to fear Yahweh Shai. All right, and we know in verse 12, and it says, so this device pleased them well. Who did it please? It didn't please Yahweh Shai because it said in the scripture, it said, if you please Yahweh Shai, you must have faith. Okay, without faith, it's impossible to please Yahweh Shai. All right, verse 13, and it says, then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license, 501c3, right, to do after the ordinance of the heathen, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, right, with all of these TV apps, how you got your TV app, that's the place of exercise at Jerusalem, all right, the spiritual Jerusalem, according to the custom of the heathen. And it said they made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and was told to do mischief. And they break it down in a whole nutshell, man. That's exactly everything what they're doing. Yeah.
And this was the spirit, man. Basically broke down what I'm just about to read, man. Now the spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
All right.
Yeah, right. What he did right there. That's what they're doing. That's just saying the prophecy getting fulfilled. It said wicked men persuaded many, follow the heathen. That's what the precept Arcus brought out right there. It's all going ahead. We're saying that prophecy been fulfilled. Saying the wicked men, and they said the device pleased them well. They got the 501c3, they got the money. So they looking like, sure, I'm getting money. You know how Jake's talking in the hood. I'm getting money. It makes sense.
Right.
So I'm gonna keep doing it.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yeah. So that's what seducing spirits, getting people to come in. They're waxing worse. The Lord is really showing their works. Like I said, a tree by its fruit.
Yeah, you shall know them by their fruit. And as the scripture said, when it says you shall know them by their fruit, it's pretty much your work, your labor. What are you laboring in? Are you laboring in Yahweh Mi'atah, or are you going to labor in, the devil? Okay, Esau, he the king. Okay, because the scriptures also said you cannot eat at the table of Yahweh Mi'atah and basically eat the table of devil. It's Luke's paraphrase.
This is Matthew 15:14. Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch.
See, that's the spirit right there. So when it said if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Okay, and when you go into that word ditch, it actually means the grave. Okay, Sheol. And that's what you're gonna lead. It's gonna lead to your demise. Okay, it's gonna lead to your destruction if you continue to follow those blind leaders. All right. And another thing I want to bring out is if you notice all these blind leaders always have these congregations that refuse to believe in the truth. They refuse to listen to the truth. All right. So real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 30, and we'll start at verse 9. And it said that this is a rebellious people, lying children that would not hear the law of the Lord, Yahweh, the law of the Lord, this truth. Okay. And it says, which say to the seer, see not, and the prophet prophesy not unto us right thing, speak unto us smooth thing, prophesy deceit. And that pretty much breaks down this whole, IUIC in a nutshell. They have a congregation that love to hear the lie. Okay, they don't want to hear the truth. All right.
Most of them transferred straight to Christianity. They want a soft landing because, like, you go to GMS, you're gonna get rebuked harshly, and you're gonna know the truth. You're gonna get the full truth. And most people who coming straight from Christianity can't take that. They want something soft to land on, and that's exactly what they get with IUIC and a lot of these other camps. They want to hear the soft things so they can gravitate into it. They want to hear it similar to what they was already learning in the Plantation Christianity Church, and that's exactly because you're still going to get Jesus Christ. You're still going to get there as a ham. You're still going to get all of these things that IUIC teaches, the same as the Christian church.
The scripture said, man, they have a comfort in society, right? This is why they so comfortable that they don't want to change it up. They really don't want to repent. And what true repenting is to change behavior, And that's pretty much what you got to put off that old man and put on a new man with new and knowledge. And that's what they don't want to do. All right. So reading on in Isaiah 37, and it said, "Get ye out the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before me." See, and that's pretty much the spirit that these false prophets have in the church. That's what they selling. They're selling they're selling their false hope. Okay. All right, in verse 12, and it says, "Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise his word and trust in oppression and perversion and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in the high wall, who breaking come suddenly at an instant. All right, and that goes back to the Hawkins brought out, the Akawan. He just read that, Proverbs 15 and 14. Let them alone if you not blind, lead the blind. If the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Okay? So that means your destruction is on the way, man. You keep following on, following, as the scripture said, man. What is it? Isaiah with it 30 and 15. I believe he said that any of them be found with them shall be thrust through with the sword. Okay? Be found with the doctrine of Esau Edom doctrine. But that's pretty much what it boils down to. All these other camps is of the world. Okay? They don't follow the laws of Yahweh. They're not a true believer. They don't have faith, man.
Yeah, Isaiah 13, 15.
I believe that doctrine.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
Oh, come on, yeah.
That chase, Isaiah 13, 15. Like I said right there, man, all these blind leaders gonna lead you to your demise. That's what they set up to do. And that was biblical prophecy that there would be false prophets set up that would lead many, astray into their destruction. And there's levels to this truth. Once you find out your Hebrew Israelite, you ain't automatically made. You got to find out which prophets the elders who was right dividing the word, who the real, prophets are, really got the truth. And to do that, you got to keep studying. Where I said, study to yourself approved. And then you got to look at spirits, see what they saying, line up what's in the word, because Lord didn't say take out books of the word. So you got to look at that leader like, oh, no, he ain't with it. The Lord said, don't make his house a house of merchandise. Don't do this about, what do you say, filthy lucre's sake. Look at Nate, General Yohanan, all that money changing. They about 50 lucre, dirty money. They want the crumb. That ain't true leadership. The Lord let us see that 1-9 situation. That was like a little quiz, a little trial right there, show you who got it or not.
Look, this congregation took his words and just ran with it. They wasn't like the Church of Perea where they were like, okay, let me take these words and I'm gonna search it out and see, how the apostles and others, they tell you, hey man, don't just take our word for it and look it up and study. But these other camps, they want you to just, take what they said and install it to the clouds and you should go do what they say. And if you do that, that's gonna lead to your demise.
You're so right on that too. IUIC tells they people don't look up words. They call that wicked. I'm like, that's because it's going to expose him. Like, they don't like to go into etymology and do the breakdowns of words. Like you said, others encourage us to do that. They just encourage us not to do that. And I got into one of their members, they proof. Jake, and he talked to me like some bad thing. Y'all breaking down your words. But I'm like, that what supposed to do? Study, show yourself a proof. Like, nah, you just take
lessons here and read it. Then I'm gonna read make sure I know these words is right. Because words that's translated from Hebrew to English, they don't hit the same like they do.
Matter of fact, I heard EMS Bucks had this saying what they call lost in translation, and that's the reason why we go through and break down the scripture. You got to go through the history and bring back that understanding. And real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 56, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. And it says, all ye beasts of the field, which is basically the field represents the world. And it said, come to devour, yeah, all you beasts in the forest. And it says, his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Right? And it says, loving to slumber, meaning that, when people are always constantly sleeping, they're lazy. And that when the argument broke that down, when you talk about why you dividing the word of truth, you can't be lazy when it comes to basically dividing the word of truth. You got to get up and you got to stay woke. As people say in the world, you got to be woke, man. And then it said they cannot bark. So that's the perfect analogy of these false prophets right here. Imagine having a guard dog that don't bark when an intruder is coming into your house. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're not barking, meaning that they're not warning you that the devil is in your doorstep. All right. And it says, verse 11, and it says, yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain, for his quarter. Come ye, they say, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink. That's their doctrine. All right, that's strong drink. and it said, and tomorrow shall be this day and much more abundant. You see? And as the scripture said, what I believe that Proverbs 21:1. All right, both not thyself of tomorrow. And that's what they doing, man. Basically, if you follow us, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna have this salvation, they gonna do all of that, right? And Yahweh Shah said what? Nobody comes to the Father but by me. Okay? And so your congregation should be leading you into the example of what Yahweh Shah did. Okay? You're supposed to be what it all boils down to, your congregation should be saying, follow after Yahweh Shah. That's basically who your true leader is. All right?
I got one too. I quoted him. I'm going to bring it out. It's John 10:12. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, who owns the sheep or not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep. Verse 13, the hireling fleeth because he is a hireling and careth not for the sheep. Verse 14, I am the good shepherd and know my sheep and the knoweth of mine. That goes, and we know the truth. We know who the real men of the Lord are. You know, they're taking this thing like the house y'all taking care of. They're taking care of the sheep. Don't go get that juice. That's from the enemy, man. Watch out for them OTB. You know, that's how you're gonna ruin your salvation. That's them like giving their life for the sheep. You know, we don't care what Esau got to say. The other dude, like one body, he got shook. He went crying the vocab, trying to, plead his case. I just want to get from yeah. Talking about I got deceived in the tricks of that doctor, And then they showed he was a hireling. He wasn't for the sheep. He talked all that noise, and Lord showed him to be a fake. And like his congregation be looking at that like, man, if you folded like that, and you taking us back to vocab, I can't roll with you no more, man. I got to get off this ship right now. You're not what I thought you was. He said, because what was happening, like we said earlier, this precept shows that all these false leaders is gonna serve up the sheep to Esau like the wolf. You're gonna make it easy to get them. You're gonna bury him in. Esau gonna jump on them real easy. They're gonna have no armor, the truth on them. They're gonna have no faith. They're gonna be easy work for Esau Edom based on the men that he set up. Because they're not the true shepherds. True shepherds, man, gonna do this thing correctly. They're gonna tell you, man, don't do this what Esau talk about do. They put out a warning, like I said earlier, Priest read. Our fathers, they bark. They're like, oh shoot, 1-9 coming. They put the lesson up, that's like them barking. Boston Ricard, he all the time let you know.
Barking like them Rockwallers.
Yeah, like, man, they doing this, they doing that. Here it come. Don't go for it. Here go to 52 fake out. That's them barking. So we over here, following our righteous leadership.
They don't run when the wolf come either.
God.
They sit there and take it. They got jailed a couple times and it took their father.
God.
They don't run when when the wolf come. They had that King David spirit. When the lion came, he fought them motherfuckers up. These other camps, they just like they hirelings. When the wolf come, I'm gonna lead them to themselves, man. I didn't get paid enough for this. That's the spirit that they in, man.
And I love that analogy about that loving the slump, that dumb dog, they not barking because when you just doing a random stroll in the neighborhood and it is all quiet, and next thing you know, you had the dog to come to a gate. When you walk by a gate, you had a dog to come to start barking real loud. That's gonna start it, right? And that's exactly what the apostle and the elder was doing when they're coming out with their doctrine. It basically put that fear of you, how about me outside you to go and repent. That's why when you read that precept, it's a whole in a nutshell. Like, you need to fear the Lord, so that way you have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. And that's the perfect example. This is why they have great leadership, man.
You got to do that left here talking about we in the new covenant already. So you say we in the new covenant already, that's gonna stop your momentum for repentance and all that. You gonna feel like you already got something extra.
And using the analogy of the dog like I just used, late. It's like last. He's going to go get them folks and bring them back to you. That's why he's part of the first response to
I like the. I grew up watching the last too, man. You ain't lying. You can bark. Hey, they the right to somebody in trouble. That's what they about to like.
He bring them folks right where you at.
They over here.
God. But my grandma was a big Lassie fan, so I grew up watching that. That's what they doing, man. General Yohana, what's his name, Jethro, to do the one body.
Right.
Naquan, doing that with the watching for Israel, had them out there prophesying against Palestinians. And they got beat up. They got hurt back then, or they got beat up. Now he didn't get beat up, but the congregation got beat up. Some brothers believe they're out there fighting with Palestinians.
Palestinians was doing stuff at them. They tried to have a big old rally. Let's bring pop cans and throw it back at them. Cardinal shit.
Yeah, oh man, like why are you fighting with these heathens? Like your leader should have enough wisdom and understanding. Like we gonna do the truth. Let them bang with Esau. We not about to bang with these people, man.
Your leader should have said, "Oh man, this look like a fucked up situation over here. Let's have camp down there."
And let them riot and fight. Not let's be a part of it. But we know Naquan. He wanted to do that for likes. He wanted to be all in the mix to get more views.
We just cut up a crowd.
He put them brothers in danger. I was looking at that, they was all bloodied up. He like form the ranks. They like, hey, went to war, son. They all bloodied up, bleed.
You want that clickbait title?
Yeah, God, we bang Palestinians.
We slash Palestinians whole protest, man. Like
Your forehead bleed.
yeah, forehead bleed, they bleed from the nose, mouth bleed.
bleeding
Like,
for the
man,
Lord.
Yeah, you just got your whole congregation beat up for nothing, man. Like, y'all said be fighting with the East. Let them fight with Edomites on their own. Like I said, we taking it over here. We about the Lord's work. You know, but he's about shock value. So I knew he wasn't gonna miss the opportunity to do that, man.
He preached for contention and strife.
God.
And y'all just broke down Isaiah 13 and 15, because it said, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. That was a perfect example. Even though they didn't really fall by the sword, but they chose an example. When you're being carnal, you're gonna see, you know, that's pretty much, you're gonna see what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna see bad results. And so when I just mentioned that they have blood coming from their eyes, and, you know what I'm saying, that's just a bad example. That basically making the ministry to be blamed. You know?
Bad leadership. That was bad leadership. Like I said, he should have said, we taking it over here. Like, if he'd been doing righteous leadership, bad leadership, he got them hurt. You know, it could have been bad. You know, he's talking game.
They really could have been.
Wow.
They really could have died that day. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas getting unruly. You gotta, control the peace. They could get hit with tear gas. That's another one that got hit with tear gas, man. He on the live stream, Shalom, Hope, Grace, and Mercy. He said his leadership had him out there prophesying a Black Lives Matter event. They said they got pepper sprayed and all kind of like, why would you send your country to Black Lives Matter protest? First of all, we ain't black, and we're not supposed to be part of worldly protest.
And matter of fact, and we know that Black Lives Matter, Esau Edom on that. You know, they just put black name on it.
So he had a congregation out there risking their health. They could have got hurt. Because like I said, that Black Lives Matter is a snare. It's Esau's whole setup. So you got a congregation out there. We should be smart, being prudent, put up, because we see the evil. You got those out there, you trying to get your name off the ground, trying to get one body that clickbait. Well, we out here, Black Lives Matter protests, and Great Millstone ain't gonna do that. Them dudes is cowards and punks. Yeah, that's what they're gonna put out, so you can try to get some more members. Like, that's bad leadership.
And that's another thing I wanted to use that as an example. Because I seen the video, because when they said they're cowards and punks, no, we're not gonna sit here and turn the other cheek when the damn heathen come up to. No, that we know they turn the other cheek is bent for our own brothers, not for the damn devil. They're not about to come over here and punk us, you know. And those brothers in the ministry that chose that example, they stood their ground. They were bold as lions, man. All right. And so the fact that right there, the fact that they're telling you that they're a coward, that's basically bearing false witness. Okay. That's basically what it is.
That's one body hung his hat on. He's like, oh, y'all don't go to the hood. They said you got other camps that primarily go to the hood. You don't go to cheap places to conquer. They at the gas station in the hood. That's why IUC got shot at.
Right.
I think some of their brothers got shot at. I'm like, why are you in the hood? But we talked about that before we opened the camp yesterday. You in the hood with a bunch of crackheads and with straight dead bodies, man.
Right. They got demons on them.
Yeah, so like, why you at the truth? You gonna aggravate them? You know, Jay looking for a crack rock. You trying to give him the scriptures. You know, man, Jake, man, go put some holes in there, man. They messing my vibe, but I don't want to hear that.
Something like "Don't cast your pearls to swine."
God,
And let they turn and rain.
God, that's it.
And that precept is twofold right there. Huh? Because really, that was a physical sin, and that's a spiritual sin too. Because they'll take this word and they'll use it against you. That's why you also, that's why the scripture says be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Okay, so when you want to present this truth to somebody, you got to throw them a little bait here and there. You can't just be like, yo. In fact, when you go to a random white person, you're not for sure. You be like, hey man, you use the food, the dietary law, something, something simple. Don't just come out and say, white man is gonna come into slavery. You can't do that, man. You gotta be wise as the serpent, as the scripture says. The serpent always lays snares. You have to do that as well.
Right. Hood Jakes love Esau. You want to just stay master, man. So the leadership is poor in these other camps, man. That's what the Lord is showing. Like, get away from these blind leaders and get to the real ones. And the real ones get slandered. They use they bombs before, the ravish doctrine. Right. That's like their main thing they use. They teach the ravish young girl. And that's straight slander. And that should let you know, like, why are you slandering this camp? And then when you run through it, it's like what they use is straight slander. It ain't true. False elders don't teach that. They just teach what the law tell you what to do in case that happens.
Or persecuted for that. You will see that in other camps.
And other false religions. Brother Polite. That was it. He built his whole congregation based on that. Talking about great bill. So perfect judge.
On white stuff.
God. They broke the law 2 times. Wickedness. Yeah, and now he in jail, but that was iniquity he did. He committed some iniquity. Now he locked up about it. The same thing he said that, Apostle Elders did, he went and did it. So that's the Lord showing that righteous judgment. That boosted my faith when I seen that. How Brother Polite got did. Nature Boy going down. Like the Lord is destroying all these false leaders, not just Israel, but also these false doctrines. These religions is getting destroyed. All these leaders are getting their heads lopped off. The Pope looking crazy right now. Pope don't know what to say. He done said, you can do alphabet agenda, and you can go get the Jews. And
we are now married, y'all, too.
Yeah. So now he looking bad, looking false, flip-flopping. Like now the Pope has been exposed. Like, man, you ain't of your heart about y'all shot the Lord.
What he said? He said, you don't need no direct contact with the Lord. You come to me.
Right.
That's a perfect example. What Yahweh Shah said, no man coming up to the Father but by me. So he tried to take it back. He's saying that he's trying to take Yahweh Shah place on the right hand of the throne.
This is Ezekiel 13:9. I'm gonna read it in the English Standard Version. It says, "My hand will be against the prophets who see false visions and speak lying divisions. They will not be presented in the fellowship of my people, nor in the records or registration of the house of Israel, and they will not enter into the land of Israel. Then it says, then you will know that I am the Lord power." So the Lord is against these false leaders. It says, my hand will be against the false prophet who see false visions. And then they think all these camps saying the MOTB ain't the chip, this and that. They over here saying it's something else. That's a false vision, man. The Lord said he's against them on that. Then he said, they speak lying divisions. You can tell that half the things are lies that they say because you can clearly see where the MOTB is. So you're saying that it's not that, and you clearly lying whenever you clearly see it. It said, and then it said you will not enter into the land. You're gonna be in a low case, man. You ain't gonna see it on this side. You're gonna have to be regenerated into that mud, man. You're gonna have to come through the loins of another brother.
Last precept right here, since we had went on ahead and quoted it, probably quoted more than one. So this Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 10. And it says, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shah, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right? And so you go into all of those scriptures and you look at the generation of old and you see that they had faith, okay? They took 10 toes down, no matter whether they was in the face of danger. Apostle Paul showed an example of that.
Had integrity. They had integrity. They was humble.
Man, humble. As the scripture says, the Lord dealing with the holy, and he dealing with the proud. Okay, so when you looking at the examples of that was set by the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, you see that they're following after the examples of the generation of old, compared to these other camps. All right, they're following after the generation of the proud man. Okay, the Lord rejected the proud. So eventually, when you're following them, you're going to be convicted by the Lord Yahweh as well. Okay, in verse 11, and it says, "For the Lord Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiving sin and saving in the time of affliction." All right, and it says, verse 12, "Woe be to the fearful heart and faint hand, and the sinner that goeth two ways." It said right there, it said, "Woe be unto the fearful heart, all right, and faint hand, and the sinner that goeth two ways." How many times have you seen Bishop Nate flip flop? Right? One instant he said there ain't gonna be no next trouble, and that instant he said, "What I said was all right." That was a double-minded man. Okay, he told himself to be double-minded. As it was James, which says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. All right. All these precepts that we're giving you, we're showing you examples of good leaders and a false leader, man. Okay. And it says, verse 13, "Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, and for he believeth not, therefore he shall not be defended." Okay, so during this time, when Esau Edom come down with great wrath, you're going to see all of these false prophets. They're not going to be defended by Yahweh. One, they disregarded the name. They got rid of the name. Okay, they don't follow the doctrine. Okay, even there, you got some camps that have the name of Yahweh, but they don't follow the doctrine. What Yahweh said, many of me shall come to me saying, "Lord, Lord, did I not prophesy in my name?" Yahweh said, "You're going to tell them, I depart from me, I never knew you."
He also said judgment would start at the house of Israel.
Woo, yep.
So, hey, man, you in these false camps and listening to these leaders, these unprofitable leaders, hey, man, that judgment going to start at the house of Israel. That means that it's going to be on you, man. You don't got that marker of election at the bottom. Hey, so judgment going to come to you because you knew the truth. You knew a form of the truth, but you didn't have the whole truth. You didn't seek it out.
Oh, in fact, the very precept that I came out with, but he also said that the righteous shall scarcely be saved, where to the sinner and the ungodly appear. And the scripture will tell you that you're going to be burned in that lake of fire, man. All right? That's exactly what's going to happen to you when you follow the false prophets. Okay?
And knowing the form of the truth, the scripture said you'll be beat with many stripes. Because if you don't know the truth, you're going to get hit with less. But if you know some of the truth and you refuse and do the opposite, you're going to get beat with many stripes. You're going to have a hell of a judgment on you.
So we ain't got no more precept. All right, so we'll go ahead and end this off with Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1. And it says, "Woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, says the Lord Yahweh." And it said, "Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh of Israel against the pastor that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, said the Lord Yahweh." All right, that's exactly what's gonna happen to you, man. So these false prophets already got their judgment. All right, and so if you in the congregation of a false prophet, you better to run. All right, Yahweh said what? Let him alone. All right, you got to get away from that. Okay, because if you don't, you're going to be right along with that false prophet. Because the Lord said He's going to judge those false prophets. They're going to be destroyed in the coming days, man. All right, so Lord willing, this is edifying. All right, and with that, give all praise and honor to Yahweh. Hey, stay locked in, man.
Shalom.
Y'all, we almost out of it, right?